Greetings, YouTubians, and welcome back to Wayne Sharp World, where it's time for another episode of Wayne Sharp Week, highlighting the knives that'll be in my pocket for the next 5 or 6 days. And before I get into my list, I want to give a huge shout out here to all my sponsors. We have DLT Trading, Mojave Outdoor, and White Mountain Knives. Use the code WSW10 for 10% off at White Mountain Knives. Use the code Wayne's World for 10% off at Mojave Outdoors. And I don't have a code for DLT Trading, but still, give them some of your business. Take a look at all these 3 fine retailers. It's because of them that I can do what I do on a regular basis, and I greatly appreciate their support of my channel. Now, with that being said, one more quick thing. If you guys like what you see on my channel, do me a huge favor, hit that subscribe button and follow along. I'll continue to bring you the content, and hopefully very soon here, I'll be able to give away a lot of knives because I'm getting closer and closer to 10,000 subscribers. I'm still about 1,300 subscribers away, and a little more than 1,300, but I'm getting about 10 to 12 new subscribers every day. The quicker I get to that, the more I can throw my giveaway extravaganza, because we got at least 5 knives right now, ranging anywhere from $70 up to $140. And I think there's going to be at least a couple more added to that by the time we get there. I anticipate hitting that sometime in late February, mid-March, something like that. There'll be the 10,000 subscriber giveaway challenge, or challenge, not challenge. Actually, it is a challenge for me. Help me get there, guys. Hit that subscribe button, get me up there, and I'll be giving away some knives. So there we go. Now let's get into my weekly carry, and we're going to start off with my favorite Tucson of probably all time. That is the Tucson TS-129, which out of all the Tucsons I've handled, which I guess it hasn't been a whole lot, I've probably handled 6 or 7. This is definitely my favorite. Love this blade shape. Kind of has that sheep's foot going into almost a modified Warncliffe. Very nice tip up here. Great for those draw cuts, and also you have that power of a sheep's foot blade. Very, very smooth action on this guy. I haven't carried it in quite a while, so I may need to throw a little KPL oil in there and get it lubed up, running a little quicker and snappier, a little smoother. But regardless, the ergos on this guy are fantastic. You have contoured handles. You have M390 steel, which you can see right here. And just a very solid overall design. Very nice micro milling on the titanium side of the handle with a very nice frame lock. Nice deep carry clip. There's really nothing they left out on this knife. It's definitely a very premium offering from Tucson at a very affordable price. You got to kind of look on Amazon and eBay for these guys, but they range anywhere from I think I paid like $139 for mine, anywhere from like $125 up to $165. It really all depends if you're getting it from an auction or a retailer. There's a lot of things that can factor in, but regardless, it is a very, very nice knife. One that is very fidgety with that front flipper option, as well as the middle finger, which you can also do the thumb flip with. So a lot of good options with this knife. It's just a great knife with a slicey blade and a good fidget factor, the Tucson TS-129. Now, next up, I got a couple knives here that I think everyone needs to pay a little more attention to, because Finch Knives has done a great job, especially this year. They really came onto the scene last year, but this year they're adding some very solid designs to their lineup. This is my all-time favorite. This is the Devil's Finger, coming in at, I believe, $129. For $129, you get a very nice wire deep carry clip that feels very good in hand. Some nice micarta with that Finch logo in the middle that I believe does glow. Yeah, you can kind of see it. It glows in the dark. Kind of cool. But the blade is the real highlight here of this knife. I love this blade. It is just an excellent EDC blade, nice thickness, good steel of 154 cm, and just a very, very nice user-friendly tip, one that you can really do some good EDC work with. You don't have to worry about, break snapping this blade. It's a pretty good thickness all the way up to the tip, but a very nice, very effective edge for any type of cutting tasks. Rather slicey, not super slicey, but plenty good enough for anything you guys are going to be doing throughout the day. And very good ergos, and overall just a very EDCable size. You're coming in at, I think, like right around 3 inches at the blade. and it feels good in hand. You got that good Finch grip, and just very, very attractive design in my opinion. Definitely lives up to the name of Devil's Finger. Kind of has that devilish look to it, but very, very well, clean, thought out design from Finch knives. And I got one more Finch knife for you guys that I just reviewed, and this has very quickly become my second favorite, and this is the Finch Knives Drifter. This guy here is kind of like the perfect combination of just like rugged badassery with that classy look, because you have a very attractive clip point blade. It's a very effective cutter with some very nice snakewood scales, brass pivot collars, and it just has that complete look to it. There's some knives, and I'm going outside of the Finch box here. Finch is included in this, but every knife, sometimes you just look at a knife, whether it be from Finch or Civivi or Kaiser or Tucson or whoever, and sometimes there's just something missing. Sometimes you feel like there's just something missing in the design that would really just pull this design together and make it complete. There's nothing missing from this design in terms of aesthetics. It's all there. You have in my opinion, a perfectly designed blade with, it's got the swedge, it's got the good edge, it's got the good lines, minimal blade branding, blade branding. Wow. But no, it's just really good. It's got the perfect jimping to get that good grip to where you can really, you guys are in complete control of this blade. I mean, you are right by the edge of it with no worry of, an accident of cutting yourself, as long as you're, of course, paying attention to what you're doing. But it just feels really good in hand. The handle is just completely swallowed by your hand, and it feels great with no hot spots. It's just an excellent little knife, and I do consider this to be a small knife. I think the blade right here is coming in at like somewhere around like 2.65 inches, something like that. Not a very big blade, but a very effective blade. And you get into the handle where it's just that snake skin, or that snakewood handle really pulls everything together with the brass pivot collar and the very nice kind of a little bit wider titanium milled clip. Just an excellent offering from Finch. Definitely my second favorite. I really do like the Devil's Finger, though. These are my two favorites. If you guys are looking and have ever thought about Finch knives, these are the two I'd recommend, without a doubt. The Devil's Finger and the Drifter. We'll have them back out here later for you to look at, but just very, very good. I wish they had a little more of a kind of a little bevel here by the liner lock to make it a little easier to close the blade. But other than that, there's really no issue with this knife. Action is fantastic. Some of the best action I've ever experienced on a Finch, and it's just that really good push button, snappy action. So very, very good offering from Finch. That is the Drifter. And now we're getting into a little more American made here. We got the TRM Atom, and I haven't carried this guy in quite a while, and I don't know why, because it carries like a dream. One of the best carrying knives you can get. Very nice deep carry clip. I've got some Gicarda scales on here. I really want to get some new scales. What I really want more than anything are the new titanium scales that TRM's making. Their stuff, it's always hard to get, though. That's the biggest drawback with TRM, is it's a headache to try and get new scales or just a knife from them in general, because they're no fault of their own. It's because they're so damn popular and they do such a great job, and they have returning customers, and they have great designs and great quality materials. You can't go wrong with getting them, but the problem is getting them. So I got my Atom, and I'd like to get some titanium scales for it. We'll see. Hopefully maybe I can get lucky somehow and get a pair, because I like the Gicarda, but I'm really falling in love with those titanium scales I'm seeing on Instagram. Had a couple people I know within the community that showed me some pictures of them, and they look fantastic. So I think they'd go great on mine, and I'm a big fan of some titanium scales, especially with the little milling they got going on there. Very nice. But this is just a very smooth knife, very slicey knife with a nice, hit the board there, nice thin stock going up to a pretty dainty but still very slicey tip. All made and sourced in the good old US of A, so you can't go wrong with that. And you really can't ever go wrong with the TRM Atom. It's just a fantastic offering, and one of my favorite EDC knives. Next up and last up, I just saw a release of these guys here. This is the Hobeck Sumo, and I just saw where they made another production run, and I saw them listed, and I thought, you know what? That reminds me how much I really do like my Sumo. I kind of go back and forth on it sometimes. It is a great knife. It's a very solid knife. Ergos are better than what a lot of people say. The clip isn't the best, but it sits really well in my hand for the one position I hold it in. So it's not really a hot spot for me. But it's just, there's something about this blade shape I just can't get over. It's just a very attractive blade, and it's a lot slicier than people think. This blade comes down to a very thin edge. Now, it thickens up pretty quick, but it's still a slicey blade. I have no issue with how this blade cuts whatsoever. And you also have an excellent fidget factor with this guy, whether you're middle finger flicking the little thumb stud things up on top, or you're using this little milled out area here to just kick the blade out, or if you're using this little nubby flipper tab on the back, it still works just fine. So it's just a very extremely unique knife. One of the most unique knives I have in my entire collection. I do enjoy carrying it. Is there some things that could maybe be changed on it? Yeah, I'm sure there is, but I really like it. It's another one. It's made in the USA. Perfect blade centering there, and it's a very smooth knife. I think overall, if you're comparing it to like the ProTech Malibu, I probably like the Malibu a little more as a button lock flipper. But this is not far behind, and these are made in a lot smaller batches, so they're harder to get. But in terms of just overall aesthetics and quality and action, it really is a great knife, and I really do enjoy it. One that I really don't plan on selling anytime soon, especially this makeup here with the black handle and the bronzed hardware and kind of like the stone acid wash blade. Really like this combination. You can't get these anymore. They have different models of them now. They're different versions. So yeah, so very, very nice. That's my lineup for this week, guys. I'm gonna keep it kind of simple here. Let me know what you think. Of course, let me know what you're carrying. We're getting closer to the Christmas season, so I'm sure everyone is having a little more things on their to-do list, whether you're shopping or finishing up some end-of-the-year stuff. But regardless, whatever you guys have going on this week, I hope it's a good one. Hope it's productive and enjoyable, safe, and I hope to see you guys next week for Wayne Sharp Week, episode 30, whatever we're at. I don't know. This has been a good series, and I really appreciate everyone's feedback and support of this series. It's going great, so I enjoy making them. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Hope you have a great week, and until the next one, I'm out.